If you've been thinking about getting a real estate investment, but you haven't yet, it's likely not because the market's not right. It's because you're scared. This episode with Khang, he went from living in a mud hut, living in a shed, and having a failed business in the mall to making $300,000 per month, and then using that to buy his dream car, which was a Ferrari that he couldn't imagine. And so he's been in the business for many years. He's got a lot of energy. He's got 3 million followers on TikTok. You might have seen him, the real King Khang.
The DealMachine REI podcast. Everything you need to know to get started in real estate investing.
Could you tell us your story, man, in maybe like 90 seconds? Because you've told this before and I've literally cried because I just can't imagine you lived in such a different life than I did.
Dude, David, I want to say, dude, I appreciate, and Brian, appreciate the opportunity to be here with you guys, man. I started my real estate career about 12 years ago. Never, I ever imagined sitting on a podcast with these two guys, stone cold killer. But yeah, man. I mean, for every single one of you that's sitting there with all the excuses of why you cannot become successful, hopefully after you listen to my little short story here, that you know that you're capable of doing this 1000%. It takes a little bit of faith and believe in yourself, my friend. You too can make your dreams become true. So for those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Khang, also known as King Khang, born and raised in Vietnam, grew up in a mud hut. And I'm sure all of you that's listening probably couldn't even imagine what a mud hut is. I was born and raised in a mud hut, grew up dirt poor. I used to catch frogs for dinner. A lot of you don't even know what a frog is, right? So, man, and my family was fortunate enough to, come to America at the age of 9. And I say this all the time, dude. I'm super grateful to be in a land of opportunities where everyone have equal chances to become successful, become financially free. It's just all of you are too lazy and you like to make excuses more than you making money. And that's why you are where you are, because of who you are. You always whine and complain like a little bitch. Because the majority of the people that are born here in America, dude, they take everything for granted because it's like they grew up, everything was just so easy, right? And that's why immigrant, when we have to, dude, all I know is people in my country will sacrifice their life, right? So when you say FOB, fresh off the boat, there will be people that know that if they take that route, 99% of the chance that they will die, but they still risk their life to come to America because for one thing, and that, my friend, is freedom and being able to obviously create the American dreams. But anyways, I dropped out of high school when I was 17. And the reason why is because I want to get that money. I didn't care about a degree. So I dropped out when I was 17, and obviously, as an Asian parent, my mom was like, they were sad, mad, and pissed off because she brought me over here for me to create a future, right? She wants to see me not have to work so hard like they do. Someone who sits in an office and make, I don't know, $60,000 to $100,000 a year. But I knew that was not the path that I wanted. Met my wife at the age of 18, and we moved into a little shed behind a mobile home park. She's also a high school dropout. And we moved to a little shed behind a mobile home park, and we lived there from the age of 18 all the way until I was 23. And then got into real estate when I was 27. First 6 months, it was extremely stressful. I got to the point where I wanted to give up multiple times. And the reason I didn't give up is because I said, if I give up today, I'll give up on myself, I'll give up on my dreams, and most importantly, I gave up on the wifey. She's the one who depend on me to succeed, to provide us the life that we deserve. So I pushed through. I got my mentor within 6 months. I knew that I just couldn't do it alone. I watched all the YouTube. I listened to all the podcasts. I took massive action, but I just couldn't get a deal done. And I knew I was the type of guy that needs that hands-on training. Hired my mentor. Closed my first deal. I got into the real estate game as a fix and flipper. Closed my first deal. We went through the whole fix and flip. After 4 months or so, listed on the market, got full price offer, make $50K. That was net profit, split 50-50 with my mentor. And dude, that was history. Because I was working at a JO 8 hours a day, full time, to make $30,000 a year. And now here I am, flipping a house where I have no construction background, no experience, and then end up making 50K, dude. But then about 4.5 year in, I was trying to grow too fast, too quick, and I got about $1.5 million tied up. I almost went bankrupt. That's when I discovered wholesaling, where you put a property in a contract, never have to buy it, never have to fix it up, never have to worry about, raising private money, hard money, none of that. Put it on the contract, found a buyer in 2 days, closed that thing in 15 days, made $28,000, shut my whole fix and flip operation down, went all into wholesaling. And now I have a team of 7 VAs that run my whole entire wholesaling operations. I don't make as much as Ryan or David is, but we're doing about 6-figure a month. I spent about an hour on the business, and from there, man, that's why I'm here now.
I have so many questions, and I'm trying to make sure that I pick the questions that are most helpful for what our viewership is. But first off, you nailed it. The work ethic here in the United States is so weird because you have an entitlement factor that you had mentioned, but you also have, like, I never felt, and I'm not coming, look, dude, I can't even sit here and talk about my story. Your story, bar none, that is, I shouldn't even be saying anything comparison to me. But the way that I came into this game because I was put up in a position where I was tired of working for somebody else who had complete control over how much I made, how much time I spent. I had 3 kids, and it's like, look, I can't do this anymore. So I had that desire and that hunger, like I have to, it is do or die. I have got 4 people depending on me in this household to make sure that I provide income. So I relate to the hunger to be successful, and especially being responsible and with your wife, like understanding your responsibility to her is a huge thing. And I mean, I would say the same thing. Gosh, guys, if you are in that position where you literally want to get out of the game, it literally just takes you getting up and doing it. Like, you can't sit on the sidelines and expect your game or your life or your situation to change on its own. You got to get up. You got to go and find the deal. You got to make the changes that are necessary to live the life you want to live. Like, it's just not going to happen. And too many times in the US, people just wait and want it to just fall in their lap, and it doesn't work like that. Anyway, soapbox moment there. No. Gosh, like, it is, your story is, and I've only heard 60 seconds of it, and it fires me up because I'm like, if Khang can do that, golly, it's incredible, man. But then I'm like,
I like how after 6 months you were like, oh, I need to get a mentor.
Right, that's another big thing.
How did you finally just realize that you needed to get a mentor?
Bro, I was being cheap, David. I was being cheap. And then I was like, you know what? Why would I pay anybody any money to learn this game? Everything is free on YouTube, baby. Right? And you guys got to understand, this is 12 years ago. But before I answer that question, I want to touch base on what Ryan said. Ryan, I tell my followers this all the time. You only got 2 choices in life. You either get rich or be a little bitch, which means you either be the boss or you work for a boss.
Right.
That's it.
Yep.
That's your 2 choices, dude. And a lot of you like to whine, complain, right? A lot of you want to make excuses more than you want to make money.
Yeah.
Dude, if you want to be the boss, then you got to do boss shit.
Yep.
You know what boss do? Boss don't take vacations.
Right.
Dude, your first few years in business, if you want to be the boss, you got to cut the check. You got to take the risk.
Yep.
Right? And you got to suck up to the loss.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as vacation trip. There is no such thing as party on the weekend. There is no such thing. That's what boss got to do.
Yeah. Can I ask, what motivates you now? Like, for me, it's the thrill of a sale. I love the thrill of a sale. I love getting a house under contract and then assigning it. That I could do that all day, every day, because it's so much fun. What keeps you going now?
Man, Ryan, I think earlier what you said was good. And I think that I just, Todd and I actually talks about this, and he's the one who brought this up. Is that, dude, you got to be hungry.
Yeah.
But what's really, really hard is being in, David, Ryan positions that you already full. Your family can eat for generation,
Right.
but you're still hungry,
Yeah.
which means you're still waking up, you're going out there, you're grinding, you're hustling, but you don't need to. That, my friend, is called discipline.
Right.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
See? So for me, Ryan, dude, I'm not like now what I love the most, bro, is I'm just so fortunate and so lucky, dude, to be in a position where I'm now able to do what I love, and that is creating content. And that's what gets me out of bed. So it's not wholesaling.
Mm-hmm.
It's not real estate. So my real estate is making me money, but dude, I have no passion. Like, I don't even like anything about it.
Right.
Right? So that's why, to me, Ryan, I tell people that they're confused. If your passion don't pay for your lifestyle, then it's just a hobby.
Right.
Majority of you use the word passion as an excuse to like, oh, I only want to do what I want to do. Sound like a little bitch. Because a lot of time, dude, it requires you to do things that you don't want to do to get the money, to get the results that you want.
Right.
And once you have the money, dude, you can use that money to fund your passion. And that's what I did, Ryan. Lana, dude, it could have been e-commerce. We choose real estate because, real estate makes the most millionaire.
Yeah.
Right? So we choose the path. We committed to one thing and we went all in. And then that funded, and then when I got into social media, I discovered, man, this is what I really love to do. Like, I can do social media, creating content, being on here with you guys, just talking for hours and hours and hours, and Ryan doesn't even feel like work.
Right.
Like, I get pumped up and gets you super excited.
Yeah.
But to answer your question, man, that's what gets me pumped up and get me out of bed now. It's just being able to create content, give back, share what I learned the past, 20-something year of just being in the game.
Mm-hmm.
One more question.
So I know. Yeah, go ahead.
Yep.
So you had mentioned how your parents kind of reacted to the idea that you didn't want to go to school after you landed these, I don't know, maybe 2-3 months of success in real estate. Did that dynamic change? Were they a little bit more like, oh, never mind?
Man, Ryan, Lon and I are, until I got to the point where I was putting content on social media, my whole entire family did not know what we were doing. Lon and I were living in a shed, and I remember some of my friends and family call me a loser and tell us that we were never gonna make it because we were both high school dropout. And dude, instead of to me, bro, I've always believed that instead of telling someone, show them.
Yeah.
Because everybody can talk shit. Everybody can say, I'll become the next millionaire. I'll show you what's up. I'll become the next billionaire. But how many actually do it?
Mm-hmm.
So I believe in more of the doing instead of talking. Because, dude, there's too many shit talkers.
Oh, yeah.
Too many people talk a lot of shit, but ain't doing enough. You will never see an action taker talk shit.
Right. No, they don't.
They're too busy taking action, baby.
Yep.
So Ryan, Lon and I literally put our head down. We just put our head down. We zone out and we distant everything, bro. We just focus on our goals and on our dreams. And Lon and I, dude, it's just like together fighting this battle, right? So there were times where I didn't go home. And dude, I was grinding 13, 12 hours a day. And what I didn't say, Ryan, is that Lon and I actually, so we started the JOB making $8.50 an hour. That's where I start, $8.50 an hour. And then Lon and I, man, we were so fortunate enough. Lon was working in the mall part-time selling hair extension for this Korean guy, right? So have you guys ever seen those little kiosks in the mall?
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
Same thing. So the guy was trying to grow too fast, too quick. He shut it down, and he knew the only person that he can sell it to was Lon. Lon was the best of the best in the game. A lot of you, dude, you suck at being an employee, and you think that you can be a good boss. Like, you think you can go out and build your own business when you suck at being an employee. You just want to do the bare minimum.
Yeah.
You always worry about the clock in, clock out. You don't go the extra mile. So that way, when you decide to build your own business, you're like, oh, man, now I got to grind 13, 14 hours a day. I can't do this. So you end up going back to the J-O, the B again.
Yeah.
But anyways, Ryan, yeah, so we bought that kiosk, man, and then that's where we started to get a lot of our business experience through that, and then it helps us get into the whole real estate game.
So I know you did your first deal, Khang, was actually a fix and flip, but then you said you did wholesale after that, right?
Yep.
Why did you decide to switch?
Dude, because I suck at fix and flip.
What do you mean? You're not down?
Dude,
were you down there fixing sinks yourself?
No. Like, I didn't do any of the work. So, but the thing is, to me, bro, number one, the whole fix and flip games, too much risk. Imagine trying to grow the fix and flip game to like 100, 200, 300,000 a month. How much capital is that going to take? How much risk is that going to take? And the thing is, David, Lon and I, man, so when we first got into the game, right, real estate, we want to make money, but also use financial, it's that time freedom, bro. Lon and I have been working, dude, we've been grinding 13, 12 hours a day for like 10 years. Right? Because so Lana has a little small business in the mall. You guys don't understand. Like, this is really what it takes to build a successful business. A lot of you need to understand that your first 5 years in business, there is no, like, you don't have extra money to buy stupid shit. Like, you don't. People think that, oh yeah, you know, like your first 5 years, dude, it's all about reinvesting. And if you do make extra money, dude, it's buying asset. That's what smart entrepreneurs do. Yes. They buy asset. They reinvest into building their team, reinvest into building their business, right? To get to a multi-million. Once you start making $3, $5, $7 million a year, that's when you have some extra money to buy stupid shit, my friend. But the first 5 years, how many businesses actually can make millions of dollars within 5 years? Majority fell within the first 1 or 2 years.
Yep.
So a lot of you out there looking at like all these people posting on Instagram or social media, oh, I've been wholesaling for the last 2 years and now they're driving a supercar. I know they're broke. I know they ain't got no money. Even if they claim to make $1 million a year. But the thing is, you know, your taxes. You got to pay Uncle Sam.
Yeah.
To not pay Uncle Sam, you can't buy stupid shit because you're going to take that money, you're going to buy real estate so you can do that as a tax write-off. So that's what I believe. But David, go back to answer your question, man. It's because, you know, I was waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning and I was working till like 10, 11 p.m. at night, and I was dealing with contractor. I was babysitting them, man. I was going to Home Depot. I was dealing with the city. I was dealing with, you know, getting the permit. And contractor are the worst. Yeah. Majority of them are freaking drinking on the job, dude, drunk, drugs. I get different kind of phone calls, man, telling my contractor dude, it was so crazy to the point where I was just so stressed out. And I say, dude, this is not the life I want. I'd rather make $100,000 a year than deal with all this shit. And then I say, well, and then also too, David, I was tapped out. Like, I didn't have a choice but to wholesale now. I couldn't leverage anymore.
Yeah.
Yep.
Can you tell us about the first actual wholesale deal that you did? Because I know you made $25K on that flip, but I'm hearing that you were burned out and you saw immediately that it wasn't going to scale without a lot of risk. So where did you go next to find that first wholesale deal? And then, of course, you got to talk about how you found the buyer.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So once again, I got about 1.5 million tied up, and I say, shit, I need to get some other income coming in. Otherwise, dude, I was at the merge where I was going to file bankrupt because, David, it was, dude, yeah, man. Yep.
That's scary.
It was the most, dude, David, I've never experienced the word depression. I don't even know what that means. I've never felt it, man, but I've gotten to the point where I actually felt it, bro. It was, to me, dude, I felt it. And I realized, man, this is what people mean by depression. I just want to be done with, bro. I want people to come and just to take all this pain away from me. Take everything you want from me, but just take this pain away from me. I just can't handle it no more. And the reason why I felt that is because if I was single, David and Ryan, it would have been a different game. I wouldn't care. I wouldn't care to lose everything, bro, and start back again in the little shed behind a mobile home park. But because I felt like I have let the wifey down, man. Dude, she believed in me. She put everything that she got with me into this. And now I felt like I've let her down. And to me, dude, that was the biggest thing that I just couldn't overcome. Yeah. I said, man, I'm just beating myself up, right? So anyways, and then my local investor said, Khang, you're not good at fix and flip, dude. Why don't you try wholesaling? I said, well, shit. Yeah, one of my local investors. I said, shit. Well, I said, dude, I don't have a choice. So there was this listing. It was expired listing. So this property was on the market, and it got taken off the market. And I went to the local RIA, and there was a meetup, and all the investors know about that property. It was in a very popular area. And they were saying, hey, if someone get this property in a contract, man, I'll buy it like this. And they'll even tell you how much they'll buy for it, et cetera. I said, shit, I'll target it. So I went home, wrote the letter, sent it to her. She calls me. We negotiated back and forth. Anyways, I met her at McDonald's, signed the contract. and I found the buyer in the local RIA.
So
Found the
wait a
buyer in the
minute.
local.
You went to a RIA, they told you they wanted to buy a specific property, and you went and you got that property under contract just like that?
Correct.
What? How did you do that?
So we went to so basically it's like a meetup. So this guy, he runs like a little mastermind for all the local investor, right? There was like, I don't know, like maybe like seven of, I guess
Yeah.
I shouldn't say the local RIA. There was like seven of us, right? We go in there
Okay.
and we mastermind, we share ideas,
Yeah.
and they all want that property. It's in a great location. It's next to the community college. It was on the market, but I guess whoever offered them even full price, there were investor who offer the seller even overpriced, but for some reason, she just wouldn't sell because the son didn't want to sell the property. So I decided, you know what? Well, everybody wants it. Let me try to contact her. Somehow, dude, I was able to convince her. Met at McDonald's, signed the contract. I called the investor, the investor, and I said, hey, I got the property in the contract. They like, no way. I said, yep. I said, this is how much I'm going to sell it for, right? Made 20K, man. We closed in 15 days. And I said, dude, this is the game that I want to play.
Yeah.
I didn't have to buy the property. I didn't have to fix it up. I didn't have to deal with contractor. One phone call, boom.
How did
That's
that
amazing.
how did
And
that
it-
feel? How did that feel when you
Dude, Ryan,
closed?
bro, it felt, dude, absolutely amazing. The reason why is because I was like, shit, I can get myself out of the hole.
Yeah.
I dig this hole so deep that I'm gonna get myself out of it, and this is my way out.
Yeah.
And yeah, so all my wholesaling money, man, was going to just funding all the rehab, getting it done, and get me back on my feet again.
Gotcha.
That's amazing. I loved how the person told you how much they'd buy the property for. I had
Yeah.
a similar experience at a meetup. It was like a turnkey provider that taught wholesalers how to get their first deal. And they would give a sheet that said, if you find a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house in Washington Township, we will pay $72,000 for it. You know, this is Indianapolis, so it's a lot cheaper.
Right.
And so it was like, oh, that gave me so much confidence. Like now I can just go and I know what I need to get this under contract for.
Yep.
And so it just motivated me to go and do it. So I know wish every city had a meetup like that, but I kind of think they do, right? Like, how did you even find out about this meetup you went to where 7 people showed up and he told you that?
Bro, dude, David, man, when I first got into the game, I networked like crazy. Lon and I would get off work. We would drive an hour and a half. Like, you guys, this is what it takes, man. There's just no excuses. Lon and I would get off work at 9 p.m. We'll drive out there to Edmond, which is like, I think, an hour and a half away from us, go to the local RIA. And I was calling all the realtors. Dude, I was calling every single realtor in my area. They all know me, right? They all know me. And this one guy, his name is Tim Cornwell. And he has that little mastermind. He said, Khang, I think you'll be great at this. Like, I think you'll be a good part of our little mastermind. I said, dude, thank you. Well, where do I go? How can I meet up with you guys? And that's kind of how it went.
That's amazing. So yeah, if you're listening to this, you can go to some of those meetups. I mean, I found mine by just like Googling real estate investor meetup in my city to start networking like you did, Khang.
Yeah. And listen, a lot of you will be like, well, I'm not outgoing. So you want to make money or you don't? You want to change your life? You want to change your bank account? Then stop being a little bitch. Right. Stop saying, stop with the word I can't.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I can't do this. I can't do that. And that's why you're stuck at the J-O, the B, my man. Yep. Dude, if you want something you never had, you got to be willing to do things you have never done. And if you want things that other don't have, cannot have, dude, you must be willing to do things that other won't. Most people are not going to get off, right, from their 9 to 5 and then grind for 3 to 4 hours. But you will. Because you want what they cannot have. You want to drive the supercar. You want the big mansion. You want to be a millionaire or a multimillionaire. That's why you got to do things that majority of people won't do.
Mm-hmm.
And majority of them, dude, are just mediocre, man. And a lot of you, man, you need to start changing your circle of influence. Imagine if you hang out with Ryan and David, and dude, all they do is they show you checks after checks after checks after checks, and you'll be like, shit. What you make in a year is what Ryan or David makes in one check. You'll be like, oh shit, dude. Right?
I've been on that end before. I've been on that. My first check was what I would like. I made in one deal what it would take me an entire month working at this stupid job. I'm like, what a waste of my life. And then it's like, you go into like the second and third month, and we did like three or four deals back to back. And I'll never. I was actually at the We Live 2020 Max Maxwell's
Oh,
conference, and I closed 2
nice.
deals while I was sitting in the room watching him talk. 2
Damn.
deals closed, and both of them were $20,000 a piece. And I'm like, I
Wow.
looked over at Megan. I'm like, we just made $40,000, and we're just sitting here listening to somebody talk.
Rich.
I'm like, that is the coolest freaking thing. And forever,
Ryan's
that's
like,
why
dude,
I'm like,
baby.
I'm hungry. I want that feeling that you get when you get that check. It's like I want
Yep.
this feeling every day. I want that feeling
Right.
I will chase that feeling every day because it's the thrill that like feeds. You can say it feeds a monster. I don't know. I don't know why I feel that way. I just
Gotcha.
want that feeling of success over and over and over and over, wherever that's going to be.
So, Ryan, yeah, Ryan. So there's this guy at the gym, and he came up and then he asked me. He followed me as well. He said, "Kong, man, I really want to change. Like, I want to do more, but dude, I'm just so like I'm good now." I said, "Bro, then you're never gonna change.
Hmm.
You'll never do more, dude. If you're happy, and you're satisfied. There's no reason why.
Yeah.
There's no reason why you need to change."
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, my friend, everybody will all just want to be happy. If you're happy and you're satisfied, no matter what content you watch, no matter who you watch, no motivation, you're not going to change. The only reason why you will change, one, is you're unhappy, or two, you're unsatisfied. Lon and I, when we were living in that shed behind a mobile home park, Lon and I was happy, but we're unsatisfied, my friend.
Hmm.
We wanted more in life. And that's what makes us get out of bed and do whatever we need to do. If you're not unhappy or unsatisfied with your current situations, I promise you, you're not going to take action and you're not going to stay committed.
Yep.
You might go in it and try it out and you'll be like, I don't think it's for me. Then you just bounce back to your life where you're like, oh, I'm comfortable.
Yep.
You're comfortable, you're not going to push.
Right.
You're just not.
No.
Please open up your podcast app right now and leave us a review and let us know what you thought of this episode. It means so much because the reviews help us get in front of more people. And the more people we can get in front of, the more we can help them achieve financial freedom. And we also get more energy to put more content out like this to help you. So by leaving us a review, it will give you more content to come to help you along on your journey. Thank you so much. Well, Khang, you mentioned supercars a couple of times, and I know that you got that Ferrari Portofino, and I'm just
The
curious,
cheapest one.
do you like it as much now as you did when you first got it? Was it a year ago?
Bro, dude, I love it, man. And I got to tell you guys this. Listen, man. Every single time when I sit in it, David, still to today. Bro, if you see me on the road, this is what I'm doing in the car. Oh, yeah, baby. Dude, I'm cranking that music on, dude. And because to me, man, I look back and I could never, David, it never even come across my mind. High school dropout. I remember seeing so when I first came to America, seeing a Ferrari, I was like, dude, only doctors, lawyers, like people who are smart, who go to Harvard, right, graduated, only those people can drive these kind of car. And I'm here as a high school dropout, driving the car, make more in 1 month than a doctor or lawyer makes in a whole entire year. And I said, come on, man. Shit, let's go, baby. So when you see me in the car, man, I'm rocking, man. But yes, David, to answer your question, dude, I was just excited today sitting in the car as I am when I first picked it up, man.
I love hearing that. And I'm not surprised either, but I am curious. How do you know when it's okay to buy one of those cars?
No, that's a good
Dude,
question.
I think to me, David, you got to get some real estate. You got to get some rentals. Second, you got to stack at least $1 million in cash in the bank. And you got to make at least what the car's worth in 1 month. That's when I truly feel like you're ready. Because right now listen, everybody's different, but that's how Lon and I operate. We operate off of 10 to 15% of what we make.
Mm-hmm.
So when Lon and I was, when I was making $8.50 an hour, living in a shed behind a mobile home park, you know how much Lon and I budget ourselves per month? $50. $50. So this Lon and I didn't have a whole lot of expense, right? We had a used Honda.
Rollerblades.
Dude, yeah, man. Dude, bro, we had a used Honda, right? And we're living in a shed, Lon's mom trailer, right? And we're paying her like $200 a month. And our budget was $50 a month. Was it hard? Absolutely. But we knew that this is the sacrifice that we have to make. This is the price that we have to pay because we said we want to be a millionaire. And dude, there was time, David. We went to a restaurant. So, pho, right? Pho is my favorite. I ordered a bowl of pho. And then I asked the girl, I said, hey, I also want a spring roll. Spring roll at the time was like $1.50. Guess what Lon said? Lon said, Khang, we don't have that in our budget. I said, come on, man. Shit. I can't even have. So I said, I can't even have a spring. Lon said, listen, Khang, you can't now, but I promise you one day you can have all the spring roll you want. And man, now every single time when I go, dude, I gotta have my spring roll, baby.
Just one, or
so
you
great
get,
you get to
you
have
get
that
two
spring roll.
spring rolls?
It's so much sweeter. It's so much sweeter.
2 spring roll might be over the budget.
So, Khang, do you have another thing that you're looking forward to now that you've achieved so much? Right, your Ferrari's worth a lot of money, right? Like that you paid. You've shown the sticker; it's $300,000. So making that in a month is no joke. And I think you can accept 2 spring rolls. But is there another goal that you're looking forward to?
Yeah, man. I think so. Lon and I right now, our goal is to get to the Lon want to do like 100K a day net.
Whoa!
So
what?
Lon, yeah. So Lon just want to talk about net. So she wants to get to the point where we can do 100K a day. I honestly don't know how, and I don't know how long it's gonna take.
I mean, that's a huge.
I
amount.
know, dude. David, I remember, dude. I remember. So when Lon and I was 27, we bought a house when we were 23. And Lon is a very good saver. Like she's willing to like not shop, not go on vacation, and just save and pay off the debt, right? So I mean, we're raised by Asian parents, right? Pay off your car, pay off your house. That's when you can live the American dreams, right? Work at a nice J.O. the B. So 27, man, we literally are. We got 2 Honda. Both of them are paid off. We got 2 Honda. Both are Asian. We love Honda. Both of them are paid off. Our house, bro, was almost paid off. I think we owe like we bought it for $350 and we only owe about $50,000 in it. We got, I think at the time we have like $150,000 safe in the bank. And I honestly, Ryan and David, I thought life was it, man. I thought that this was done. Like I can now retire. I can take it easy. Don't have to do shit no more. And I came home one day and Lon said, Khang, I want to get into real estate, and we're going to risk all the money. I said, dude, when I heard that, bro, I was like, come on, man, shit. Lon, what did you just say? Because she's like, Khang, I want to be a millionaire, but there's no way. And I don't want to wait until I'm 65. And I don't want us to save our way there. We can't travel where we want. I still cannot go drop 20, 30K on a diamond ring I want, right? So I was like, oh, and then now here she is again. And once again, I said, life is good. And now here she is again, setting another goal. And my whole thing, man, honestly, David and Ryan, right now, if the wife said, Khang, we're done. Dude, I would be like, okay, we're done. I don't need to grind hard anymore. But my whole thing throughout my life, man, and the reason why I keep on hustling, getting out, because I want just to make Lon's dream come true.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
period.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. That's amazing. It seems like you guys are such a good couple. It seems like you're pushing each other to be better. And it's great that she's helping you save and push to get to that next level, because I could tell you're passionate about it too. I could tell it means a lot to you, and your energy is just so contagious. I'm super thankful you got to be here on the DealMachine podcast. Where should people go to find you? I mean, you've got a TikTok that's got 3 million followers. Maybe that would be where they should go.
Yeah. Yeah, so TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook.
The real King
Twitter.
Khang, right?
Yep, just real King Khang. And I want to say, dude, it's an honor to be here, sitting with Ryan, sitting with David. And I appreciate you guys so much, man. And I hope that I wasn't too loud. And secondly, that I hope that I didn't talk too much.
Oh my gosh,
dude.
You're amazing. Your energy is so contagious. Like I said, tell Lon that we said hey, and I appreciate being able to film that video with her bag a few months ago.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I can't wait to see you at Collective Genius. Did you know that Ryan got invited to the big CG?
Pineda?
Oh no, Ryan Haywood right here.
Ryan. Okay, gotcha. Dude.
Yep.
He said he wants to wait though. He wants to help more people in CG Select, so we don't get to hang out with him quite yet.
Oh, dude, Ryan, bro, maybe I need to send you my affiliate link, man. Because you need to sign, dude. You need to sign up through my affiliate link so I can get that $2,000, baby.
That's funny. That is funny. No, I did. Leon had approached me and said, "Hey, we're ready for you," and I don't know. I
Nice.
just feel like I'm leaving. I feel like I'm at the point where I'm already struggling with, like, I don't feel like I'm in a position where I should be coaching people, but I don't want to like jump. Like, I feel like there's something in
Mm,
the middle that I need to pay attention to. And there's, man, this last
nice.
meeting, we were just there last week. There was so many new people in that room. I'm like,
Mm,
all these guys are where I was 3 years ago. I could be giving more
mm.
in this community before I'm ready to move on. Like, I don't know, it's just a mental thing for me that I want to be able to give as much as I can, and I don't feel like I have. I want to make sure that
Right.
I'm giving as much as I can before I say, okay, I'm ready to go sit in that room. I mean, I want to. Don't get me
Gotcha.
wrong. You're in there, David's in there. So many guys in that room that I'm like, I want to sit in that room, but I know that I'll feel
I'm the
better
guy
about
that
it.
I'm the guy that make the least. No, wait, David. Do you have a little bit more time?
Yeah.
Because Ryan, I want to ask you, man. It's that uh, I want to know a little bit about your story and how's your first 5 years of being in business?
So the story is I had spent 7 years work. I mean, all my career has been in sales, but I spent 7 years working selling fiber optic internet. Um, and
Mm,
we had baby number 3 on the way. The job,
congrats.
I was literally just destroying any kind of a number that they put in front of me as a sales goal. They're like, "Hey, can you hit this?"
Damn.
And I was just smashing them to the point where I was making more than the CEO. And
See that?
it was like their conversation was, "Hey, we have to change your pay structure because you're making too much money." They did that 3 times, and the third time I was
Kong
like,
laughed at
That's
that.
ridiculous.
I cannot do this again. Like, the
Yeah.
salary just kept going down and down and down, which meant I had to
Mm,
hustle even more and push even more, which is
right.
exhausting. You got kids at home that don't see me.
Yep.
I'd see them for 5 minutes before they go to bed, and that's not the life I had ever dreamed of wanting to live.
Yep.
And so Megan found Max Maxwell on, I think it was Instagram, and she seen he was doing a 30-day wholesaling challenge, and she's like, "You need to go and do
Yep.
this." And I'm like, "I'm not doing that." And she's like, "No, you really do need to do this. Like, this is a good opportunity for you to do it." And I'm like, "Well, tell me about it." And she said, it's something to the extent of you get a house under contract and then you sell it to someone else. And so we did this 30 days. I signed up for it, and we started doing the driving for dollars and, doing all of the things that are required in the 30 days. And within, I think it was the first 7 days, I got a house from a friend who referred it. They knew what we were doing. They're like, "Hey, this guy wants to sell this house." So we got it under contract. And then by the 14th day, we had it assigned, and it was assigned for 16,000. The assignment fee was like 16,000, but I split it with a partner who helped me facilitate the deal. And
Nice.
yeah, that was the moment that it was like it clicked. I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I just made in 1 month what I would have had, or in 1 week essentially what I would have had to spend a whole month trying to make at this other place." Then it just, once I knew, okay, I can do this, like, I hit the gas pedal and we were just flying. Like, there would be times we'd get the kids in bed, Megan and I would sit down on the couch, and I would have to send 5 purchase and sale agreements. I'm like, I got to get these contracts out, like, in one
Damn.
night. And that was the moment that I'm a ravenous animal. When something drops in front of me like that, I just go. And then most of the times
Yeah.
Megan's like, "Hey, you need to take a break because we haven't seen you in a while." I'm like, "Okay, yeah, you're right. I do need to take a break."
Always sees the moaning.
Yeah, yeah. All I could see was just dollar signs. I'm like, "I can't believe I can make
Yeah.
this much money."
Yeah.
Uh, and so yeah,
Dude.
looking back, first year we did 73 wholesale deals.
Yep.
I didn't know that that was good.
What?
I had no clue, no idea that that was good. And then
Damn.
the second year we hit 125. The third year we hit over, and,
Damn.
and already this month or this year, I think we're at 37. So our
What
business
is
model
dude?
is way different now than it was when we first started. Now we're doing
Dude, Ryan.
what's called Berkey, which means we assign it, but then they turn around and hire us to do the construction part of it as well.
Oh.
So
Gotcha.
I raised my assignment fees. When we first started, assignment fee average was about 5,000 per deal.
Okay, I was gonna ask.
Now we're
Yep.
hitting an average of about 27 to 30,000 per deal.
What did you call
Damn, yeah.
that? Berkey?
Berkey, yep.
I've never
So
heard of
instead
that.
of turnkey,
Yep.
so instead of
Stand for
turnkey, it's
something?
Berkey.
Berkey, yep. Leon Barnes was the one, because we didn't know. We thought this was all original, like, oh, we're doing our own thing. And then Leon's like, no, it's called Berkey. I'm like, ah, dang it. Didn't know that existed.
Why does it call Berkey?
Well,
What's the burr?
essentially, you're assigning the property to an investor who does not have the resources to facilitate the burr process. So the reason it's burr key is you assign it, and then you become the solution to finish the burr. So you're doing the burr for them, essentially.
Okay, but they pay you.
Yeah,
They pay you to
yep.
do the burr, right?
Yep. Yeah, we've
So-
got 7 crews that work for us.
They just don't know contractors like you do.
Correct.
Gotcha.
Dude, so see, listen, for those of you who's in sales and you're good, bro, I'm telling you, man, you should start your own business because you're gonna freaking crush it.
Yeah.
Because if you can sales, my friend, dude, you can you make a lot of money.
Sales skills is
Ryan right here.
so good, better than anything you're gonna get in college. Like, if you
Agreed.
know how to sell something, you are gonna have a really good career. Period.
Dude, because every business, every company, man, bro, needs
Sales. Yep.
right? So Ryan, let me ask you this, man. I kind of already know the answer, but let me ask you this, dude. So the first 5 years in business, do you feel like it's like you can afford it is one thing, but do you feel like you have some extra money to go out there and drop to buy some supercar, living in a big mansion? Because that's what people think. Oh, once I hit that millionaire status, I'm gonna go buy the supercar, living in a mansions, doing all this crazy thing. But in reality, majority what?
Up until last year for my birthday, I bought a Mustang.
Oh, okay. How much is that?
That was a $30,000 car. Like, it was nothing.
Okay.
It was nothing. It meets the
That's like
rule.
one check.
Yeah, exactly. It meets the rule that you said. So, like, that to me, and still now, I'm like, I don't need that. That car sits in the garage more than it doesn't.
Yeah.
Like, I drive a 2005 F-150 most of the time.
Right.
But no, I don't feel, there's not been a moment where I feel like, oh, I should go and do something big. I still, and maybe it's because we live in the Midwest. Like, I don't know if we live out in the country to ourselves. We got chickens in the backyard. Like, we live a very low key lifestyle. The biggest splurge I ever have is like when we go take the kids on vacation. Like, they want to do something cool. Like, oh, Dad, can we do the wave runners? I'm like, hell yeah, we can.
Right.
That's probably about the biggest
Gotcha.
splurge I have.
See that, and Ryan, the reason I bring this up, man, is because a lot of people confuse. Like, they expect, oh, you're a millionaire, you should live in a big mansion, you should have all these supercar, you should go on, you should travel private, first class, all of that. But majority in reality, my friend, Smart One does not do that, and that's how they have the extra cash. They have something to show. They have all these real estate, all these assets. It's the one that outspending the money like you think, right? It's the one that actually don't have anything.
Yeah.
They don't got anything beside liabilities.
Tons of them. Yep. We know tons of people that are in that position. It's like, why did you do all that?
Yeah. I actually just duet one video with Shaq. Shaq's like, when he first got his $1 million checks, he's out buying. He went and dropped $100,000, $50,000 on, the cars, the Mercedes man he wants, and then he's like, well, he's like, oh, I still got 800 something thousand left. Well, I went and bought his dad one, bought his mom one. He went and he said, dude, he blew away that million, just like that.
Mm-hmm.
Correct. Yeah. And he said that was the most stupidest thing ever.
Yeah. Yep.
I got to go check that out. Well, Ryan, I loved hearing your story. Khang, I love that you were asking. Do you actually, I'll give the host status to you, Khang. Do you have any final directions you'd like to take the podcast?
What do you mean by that?
Well, you were asking Ryan some questions. I was just wondering if you had any more questions.
Yeah, man. I mean, how about with you, David? Because I know that you just recently, right, got your bought a Ferrari.
I did. I bought it like 2 years ago.
Yep.
and I really, really wanted one, but my mentor told me to wait and tie it to a
Yep.
certain goal. And
Yep.
so, the goal was doing a $1 million of revenue in 1 month on the
Damn.
software side of the
Okay.
company. So I hit that goal and then I bought the Ferrari. I had to actually finally buy it because I was so obsessed looking at Auto Trader. I got a used one. I didn't get a new one like you did. But I had to look at Auto Trader. Like I was looking every 5 minutes and I needed to finally buy one just so I got my time back because I was so
Mm.
obsessed with looking at these cars. So that was really, really exciting. I couldn't believe when it got delivered to my house on a trailer. I had never even seen a semi truck in my neighborhood before. So it was it was
Damn.
a big deal. And so the car, it means a lot more. It represents that achievement to
Mm.
me, more than just being a car, I would say.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Gotcha, man. David, Lon and I, man, starting, I think when we bought our Lexus, from there, we say, dude, because when we bought the old Honda, dude, it breaks down like, I think Lon first car was a Mazda and it breaks down all the time. And I said, once I get to the point where I can afford it, I will delay instant gratification, but I will never buy a used car again.
Yeah.
I like my car now, just like my girl, man. Fresh, like a virgin.
Oh my God.
Never touched from the very first. Dude, man. So my next one, man, I want to get David, talk about car, man. The next one I want to get is a McLaren GT. I'm a car guy.
Oh, whoa. How much is
Yeah.
that?
I think it's gonna run me right around 300.
Wow. Okay.
So
And you'll have two cars in the garage.
and I'll be driving a bicycle around, man. Yeah, so for me to get that, I got to get to the point where I can do at least $500,000 a month.
Okay.
So,
Well, it's
see.
great. It's so fun to have goals like that because then it makes the goal meaningful. It's like otherwise, like
Absolutely.
what good is another 100,000 per month if you're not going to reward yourself with it, or if you're
Yep.
not going to give
Yeah.
yourself some type of reward
Yep.
for it. So for me,
I
Khang,
agree.
I want to get the Ferrari F40. It's a used one
Ooh.
again, but I can't get it. I can't get it until I get 10 million in rental property equity. So I basically have to. I got a 10x. I got a 10x in my
Mm.
rental property equity to get there. So I just bought one last week. So I'm working it.
Damn. So now that I hear what you're saying, bro, I think my goal is very poquito, very
What's that?
small. What?
What's
Very
that?
small.
I said now that I heard about your goal and when you're gonna take to get the next car, I said compared to mine, my goal is very poquito,
Oh,
very small.
Barquito.
Yeah, poquito, Spanish.
Well, you got to get the car that you like, right? It's like I didn't get the most expensive one, but I really liked the one that I picked. So I think you're doing the same way, right? You want the
Yep.
McLaren GT because that's the car that you want.
Yep, correct.
Here I
Absolutely.
am driving a Ford Mustang GT, and I think I'm some kind of a baller. And in Missouri, you are. Nobody drives Ferraris
for sure.
in Missouri. It doesn't happen.
You'd get a lot of attention in St. Joe, Missouri, right there in that little town, for
yeah,
sure.
you would. Everybody would be
Dude,
like,
Ryan.
"What is that?"
Ryan, how much horsepower that GT got, man? Because I see them on the road here, man. They look pretty sick, bro.
Yeah, they move. I don't know. They think it's like over 400. I should know. I just hit
That
the
sounds
gas
right.
pedal and go.
Mhm.
Yeah. So slower than David. So
It's
which
slower.
mean if you guys gonna go driving for dollars and if you guys gonna go to a seller house, Ryan, I'm sorry, bro, but I think that you're gonna lose on the deal, dude.
Right. Yeah, one time
You don't take that to
David
your seller appointments.
one time David asked if I wanted to drive his Ferrari. And I wanted to more than anything in my life. I was like, I want to drive that car. But he did it. He offered the invitation right after we did an arm workout, and I could not lift my freaking arms. I think it was an intentional.
Oh, I thought it was your legs.
it was something that I was like, I can't drive this car right now.
Right.
Physically
Right. I know
unable.
Khang works out because he just
Dude.
posted that his outfit costs $35. He wasn't wearing a shirt. So he knows the feeling. He can't get in the Ferrari
Bro.
after doing the workout.
Ryan, dude, any day that I don't want to go to the gym, I just go on David's Instagram and like I was like, damn, okay, I gotta go to the gym.
Dude, my wife goes to the gym and she is an animal. For me, I get bored.
Mm.
I don't know why, but for some reason I can go when I'm with David, I can go because it's like I've got Dredd there working but talking. I've got David there working and talking. If I have to go by myself, I
Dred's
get
my
bored.
trainer.
Yeah, I can't.
Mm.
I can go run, I can go golf, and those are the things that I really enjoy doing. But lifting, I just get bored after about 5 minutes. Like, nope.
Ryan, here's not like you need any more money, man, but you know what Pineda did? If you love golfing, man, Pineda charged people $5,000 to golf with him, man.
And
I've
people
heard
buy
that.
it, right? They want
Dude.
it.
Bro,
I have
that
heard
cat
that.
is booked out like freaking. He booked out for like a year, bro.
Yeah. He'll
He's got all
never
the
have to
golf
pay
he
for
can
a tee
handle.
time for sure.
So funny. Well, guys, let's wrap this up. Go follow The Real King Kong on TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, or Instagram. And Kong, thank you so much for
Yeah,
your
man.
time. I really, really appreciate it. I know
It was
people are going to
amazing.
love this episode.
Thanks for listening to the DealMachine Real Estate Investing Podcast. Please leave us a review and follow along wherever you're listening to your podcast.